Hey YouTube, it's Bella. This video is 50 first world problems that resellers face. It took me all of 15 minutes to make this video, so just bear with me. Number one is when you seal the box and you forget to put one single item in it. Number two is when you make a shipment and Amazon asks you to send the items to separate locations. Number three, when you make a major score and you get home and you realize that you're gated in that category. Number four, when a thrift store employee asks you if you read a lot and you have to play around and be like, yeah, sure, I'm going to read all of this. Yeah, definitely. Number five, when you finish a shipment and you realize that you're out of ink and you can't print the labels until you go to Walmart. Number six, when you buy a board game and you open it up and all the pieces are strewed all over the box and it's not in any kind of sellable condition and you have to just throw it in the garbage. Happened today. Number seven, going to yard sales and not knowing if some redneck is going to lose their shit on you. This may just be a local thing. I'm not entirely sure. Number eight, when a thrift store employee comes on to you and you kind of have to pretend to be into it because you want them to get more stuff out of the back and you're like, can you bring out the books maybe in any of the sealed board games? Yeah, cool, yeah. Not having enough room in your car. I never have enough room. Let's see, number 10, obsessively checking sales all the time. I do that so much. Moving on to number 11, not enough time in the day to do all the things you need to do. I know you guys know what that means. Number 12, when you can't get the lighting right in your listing photo. Sometimes I'm like, shadow, shadow, shadow. There's a shadow everywhere I take this photograph. I don't even want to sell this thing anymore. Like, it's not even worth the effort. Number 13, INAD cases. Oh my gosh. No, it's not as described. Nothing ever is. It's never what you thought it was. Like, oh my gosh. Best offers that would result in you losing money if you took the offer. Number 15, when the auction ends and the winning bidder never pays. Why did you bid? I don't understand that. Like, why would a person bid on something and spend all that time fighting with someone else in an auction only to not pay for the item? I do not understand. Moving on to number 16, when a customer asks for measurements and still returns the item. So again, if you measured your waist and you measured your bust and you compared that with the measurement given, why does it not work out? I don't understand. Maybe it didn't fit right, but sometimes I'm just like, oh my gosh, I know this is going to be a return. Number 17, when you find a great piece of furniture to flip and you have no way to get it home. Number 18, the internet is down. Oh my god, that's the worst. I flip out when the internet goes down in my house. Like, I'll come out of my room and I'll go outside and I'll be walking around the yard like, what do I do? What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to make money? And technically, I guess I could just go do something productive elsewhere, but I don't want to. Number 19, holidays resulting in the post office closing or the UPS store closing. Here's what always happens. I forget that it's a holiday, I get all the packages ready, and I put them in the car, and I drive over there, and guess what? They're not open, and then I just look like a dummy. When you accidentally show all your $20 bills when you're trying to haggle, that really sucks. Number 21, when people get way too close to you in the thrift store, like, way, way, way too close. I don't understand why people do that. I have a thing about my personal space, and when people are standing too close to me in a store, I will physically remove myself from that because I cannot, like, it just makes me uncomfortable. Number 22, when old ladies fight you for things in the thrift store. So this happens to me a lot. Probably the most notable one was the old black lady who claimed that the pillows that I had in my buggy were her pillows that she had seen later or earlier in the thrifting trip. Yeah, so I was like, I'm not gonna fight you for these. Like, you're crazy. So I just gave them to her. Number 23, when the thrift store smells sometimes, because, you know, let's just all be real. Let's all be real. Sometimes it smells. Number 24, when people are like, is this item still available? And you say yes, and they say, okay, I'm interested. And I'm like, okay, well, when do you want to buy it? And they're like, I'm busy. No, just wait. I'm like, okay, well, how long are you busy? Forever, actually. Questions like, will you take any less for it? And what is your bottom dollar? Oh my gosh, that's why I always price things higher than I ever intend to get out of them, because people will ask you this question regardless. Number 27, I wrote that I once delivered a goldfish to the hood. I'm fucking serious. So let me elaborate on this a little bit. When I was in high school, I tried to sell everything on Craigslist, like literally everything I could find in my house. I sold tree frogs out of my swimming pool on Craigslist. I sold lizards on Craigslist. I sold all kind of pets, and it was a really weird time in my life. But anyways, I had a goldfish, sold it, and I had to take it to the hood. So I'm driving to the hood, and like it's flopping around in my car everywhere, and it's just shaking in the waters all over the place. And then I get to like the sketchiest fucking place ever, and this lady hands me a $20 bill, and she's like, "Thank you, thanks for bringing this goldfish to me." And I'm like, "Bet," and that was it. Number 28, fake designer items. That really sucks, man. That's all there is to it. Number 29, Craigslist sales when the customer tells you their whole life story. I don't give a fuck that you grew up here. I grew up here too. We're on the same town Craigslist. Like that's pretty common. Like, yeah, I know. Number 30, Craigslist sales when people don't show up. Like, it's so common at this point, but you know, have to throw it in there. Craigslist sales when a dude asks you to buy your underwear instead of the product that you have listed. True story, by the way. True story. Craigslist sales when the transaction goes fine and then they text you later and they want to return the item. This is not Walmart. I don't do returns. Like, you bought the printer, you got the printer, you got to keep the printer. Like, that's all there is to it. Okay. Number 33. When you get sucked into watching YouTube videos and you fail to do any actual listing. This happens to me pretty much every day. Yeah. Not for a long amount of time, but I will say that I think that my procrastination method now is to watch productivity videos, which is like the opposite of productivity if you think about it. So, number 34, when your family and friends act like you have a dream job. They're like, "Oh, Bella, you have like the coolest job. You don't have to go to work. You don't have to do anything." I'm like, "Bitch, do you not understand that I have boxes going in and out of my house all day? I'm constantly on the computer. I'm constantly listing stuff. I'm always trying to figure out how I'm going to go to the Salvation Army, the Goodwill, the Loaves and Fishes." Like, no, just don't even. Like, don't even. Number 35, when the buyer gives you the wrong address to ship to. And guess what? The item is probably going to come back in the mail because they don't live there anymore. Number 36, when you think about how you could probably just get a real job and make the same amount of money and do less work. That's real. That's a real thing. Number 37, when a celebrity dies and you have immediate greed to fill your heart. This is too true. When Robin Williams died, the first thing I did was try to get Robin Williams items. And that's so fucked up. But also the book that his daughter made a reference to The Little Prince, and I had these copies of The Little Prince, and I was selling it for like fucking $17 or something. Like, and also when what's the Star Wars lady? I don't even remember her name anymore. I bought all that shit off eBay and I flipped it on Amazon. Like, I'm not even kidding. I'm ruthless about celebrity deaths. Like, as soon as that shit hits the news, I'm like, I gotta get on it. I gotta make some money. Number 38, when a badass item at a thrift store has a sign that says not for sale. Really? You're gonna put it in the window or you're gonna put it on the counter and it's not for sale? Like, I don't get that. I get that the shelves that the items in the thrift store are on are not for sale. I get that the cash register is not for sale. I get that the toilet paper in the bathroom is not for sale. But why are you going to put this cool shit up near the register and say that it's not for sale? Like, I don't understand that. Number 40, when Amazon loses your shipment during Q4. That was fun. Number 41, when you spend all year thinking about Q4, but failed to adequately plan for it. Skipped number 40, that was 41. Number 40 is when you run out of inventory during Q4. So basically, everybody spends all year thinking about Q4, I can't wait, only to reach Q4 and realize that they do not have enough shit. And you can never have enough shit for Q4, I'll just let you know. Okay, moving on. Number 42, when someone asks you, does it work? On the other side, it could also be equally annoying when someone says, do you work here? Like, no, I do not work at the thrift store. I'm not wearing an apron. I just have a phone. Like, I know you're old. I know you don't understand, but just leave me alone. Number 43, when a customer is coming to buy tools and asks you if your husband is home. I'm not married. Like, that was probably the most offensive thing anyone has ever said to me during a transaction. And it's so rude. The guy was just so rude. Number 44, when PayPal freezes your account and asks you to prove who you are. It's me, Bella. I've been selling shit on eBay for 8 years now. It's still me. Like, that drove me crazy. When you run into another reseller and you guys have to do that awkward head nod thing and just keep scanning, like, yeah, so you're here. Me too. Yeah, we're doing the same thing. Okay, let's pretend that we're not and keep doing it. Number 46, when Goodwill overprices fucking everything. And so not all Goodwills do this. You can usually tell when you're walking into a new one if you just look at the price on a few items. You can quickly gauge whether or not the Goodwill is insane or not. Okay, last few here. Stick with me on this. We're almost there. Number 47. When you get to a yard sale and all they have is baby clothes. I don't have a baby. I don't want a baby. I don't even know anybody with a baby. I don't want to buy baby clothes, so I have to leave. Number 48. When you have something listed on 2 platforms and you accidentally sell it twice. Any of us who are true hustlers have done this at least one time. And you politely have to send out an email telling one of the customers that, guess what, they're not going to get their item because it's no longer available. Oops, I usually say that I lost it or that I spilled something on it. That's a good trick there. If you really want to be a shitty person, be like, I was packaging your item and I had a glass of Coke and I spilled it all over the damn thing. that's one strategy. You can always be a liar. Okay. Number 49, when someone at a yard sale tells you what something is worth on eBay. That's what people always say to me at a yard sale in Alabama. I can pull up on my phone what it's worth on eBay. Bitch, this is not eBay. We are in your yard right now on a Saturday. Like, it's worth whatever I'm willing to pay for it. That's basic economics. But I digress. Okay, so last one, guys. And this is the one that I am most salty about. So, when you go shopping for yourself and you can't even enjoy it anymore because you're just looking for stuff to sell. Pretty much everywhere I go, Target, TJ Maxx, even Walmart to get groceries, can't think about anything except for selling stuff. And I don't know, I guess that's just in my blood now. It's always been there, but the hustle is real, the struggle is real. Thanks, guys, for watching. If you have your own first world problems related to reselling, I would love to hear them in the comments because we're all struggling out there. We're all just trying to make a living, guys. Thanks for watching.